Hi there, my name is FixFox and welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. This is the F Heroes edition and today we are on to the Price of Loyalty expansion campaigns. Yes, you heard that correctly. We completed the Roland campaign, we completed the Archibald campaign, and now we are on to the Price of Loyalty, the expansion. Heroes of Might and Magic 2 came out in 1996, and this expansion followed suit in 1997. With it came a few additions. There are some additional artifacts. There are, for the first time in the Heroes of Might and Magic series, combinable artifacts, which will be a very important thing in later iterations of Heroes of Might and Magic, later in the series. And you will also find one new additional building in one of the faction towns. No other balance changes per se, but also adventure map doodads. So there's a lot of changes. I'm hoping that we get to see those in full display here today. Just if not every little secret and every little thing to see, I hope we get a little bit of a taste. But for now, just as a full disclaimer, I never actually completed all of these campaigns for the Price of Loyalty. I never did. I've played Roland and Archibald several times, but these campaigns, maybe I started them. Maybe my young adult brain never actually had the attention span or the patience to go through with it, but I don't think I've ever completed these, which is wonderful because now we get to test our mettle, we get to test our tactics and our skills in a way where we don't have any preconceived notions about what a map should be. This is a blind playthrough as much as possible. If I remember things, I'll let you know, but otherwise, let's just dive into this together. We are going to start off with the Price of Loyalty campaign. I don't believe it matters necessarily which one of these campaigns we choose first. There's Price of Loyalty, Voyage Home, Descendants, and Wizard's Isle. But I don't think it matters in what chronological order we complete these campaigns. Don't worry, we will complete all of them. So let's click on the Price of Loyalty. Let's just start right there, and let's dive right in.
Viscount Krager, a companion of your youth and commander of the Empire's northern reaches, has turned against the Emperor in open rebellion. Though he lacks the forces to topple the throne directly, he has embarked on a quest for a legendary artifact that will grant him powers great enough to destroy us all. The Emperor has called upon you to march forth with your armies, destroy the rebel Krager, and claim the artifact for the glory of the Empire.
Okay, so there really is a lot going on there. We have a best friend who needs to die. There's always interesting, fun times with that. And then we have some artifact. Is the artifact here in this first scenario, or is that going to be in subsequent scenarios? I'm not quite sure, because this scenario, number one, is titled Uprising. And the text here says, subdue the unruly local lords in order to provide the Empire with facilities to operate in this region. I am guessing that we're probably going to end up finding that big artifact later and maybe coming across our best friend that we need to kill later. For now, we're just kind of, build 4 farms and a barracks. Let me know if you get that reference. Okay. We do need to choose. We have no awards, but we have the choice between the artifact, the Medal of Valor, which will be a +1 to morale. We will have the Stealth Shield, which is a +2 to our defense skill for that artifact, or the artifact, the Minor Scroll, which will increase our knowledge by 2. We will go back to our handy dandy dice roll, link in the description, and we will see what we are going to pick today. We roll a 2. So we are going to, with that, pick the Medal of Valor. Make sure our difficulty is on hard, as always. And folks, I'm excited to do this with you. Thanks for being here. Let's dive right in. Because the Darkscale Valley is so barren, the Emperor will be sending wood to you every week. Use it wisely, for it is all you shall have. Oh no. Okay, so 10 wood. We get right here. Oh great, and we are in a barbarian town. And barbarians highly favor and use a lot of ore and a lot of wood to build up their base towns. So I could see that being a major problem. We currently have 30 wood. Wait, we have 30 wood? Are we starting off with nothing? To be fair, we're not even starting off with nothing. If we had absolutely, the only 10 wood that they gave us, I would really be not having a good time right now. And if we had, to build the hut, well, to build the stick hut anyway, the adobe's going to take 10 wood there, 5 wood there, there's 15 wood, nothing in the bridge, but I know that the upgraded adobe does also cost wood. Not to mention the Mage Guild, not to mention a marketplace, things like that. So this is going to be a little bit tricky there, but we start off with pretty good resources here. 30 wood, 20 ore, 5 of each of the other precious resources, and 7,500 gold. I can tell you right now, we are going to get a second hero, and it's going to be Jacqueline. As far as day one, there's always a lot of choices to make. Number one, do we go straight for more troops? And if we do go for more troops, do we go for the ogres, knowing that they're going to be expensive to upgrade later if we upgrade them at all? Or do we go for the wolves, who, you know, are not nearly as powerful, but they're faster, and they're a little cheaper? That's always a tough decision. Do we go for the statue? Do we start our gold income right now? Or do we go for the Mage Guild and just get some, you know, gamble a little bit, just see if we can roll the dice and get something good there? Very difficult to say. I'm not going to gamble on the Mage Guild. Maybe I get something good, maybe I don't. But we're probably, with these resources, probably not going to plan on getting the Cyclops unless we come across a whole ton of crystal later. So we're probably going to get Mage Guild level 1 and Mage Guild level 2, which bodes well for barbarians anyway, since we don't really get wisdom all that often. If we do, great, but if not, no harm, no foul. So the Mage Guild is out. And then I'm guessing, because I have this much starting gold, I feel like I just need the troops. Also, because it's such a small map. Look how small this map is. This is tight quarters. And so, as fast of a start as possible, the better. Maybe this map only goes for 2, 3, 4 weeks anyway. And if that's the case, then you don't get that much value out of the statue anyway. So let's get the wolves now. They're a fast unit. They're fairly cheap. And then I won't have to make the decision about whether or not I should purchase ogres that will be a pain to upgrade later or not. Let's pick up all these troops. I am going to pick up the orc chieftains, or excuse me, the orcs, knowing that they're not orc chieftains. They're fairly cheap to upgrade. They cost 35 cents if I upgrade them here from orcs to orc chieftains. So that's an extra 70 gold per unit to upgrade. It still is costly, but it's not that bad. And I need the troops now. We're going to take 2 steps outside of our town, and I'm heading west here, it looks like, because my plan is to pick up Jacqueline now. And Jacqueline's going to be turning over all of her troops over to Sabu, they both have the same stats because they start off with what all barbarians do. The 3 attack, the 1 defense, the 1 spell power, the 1 knowledge. She's going to turn over her shooters, her orcs, and she's going to get rid of all but 1 of her goblins. I see this kind of corner here. I'm thinking that we'll have Sabu go out where he might be in more peril, and then Jacqueline, will go and try and pick up some of these other smaller things. Wow, that was 31 goblins there. Let's see. There's a chance that, well, there's a gazebo right there. I'm probably going to use Jacqueline to see what's down here. Maybe she'll even pick up this gazebo, and then meet up with Sabu as soon as possible. But for now, let's just have Sabu wander out carefully. It looks like we are in a little bit of an area. Ooh, I love this artifact. That's going to be a +3 to attack. That's fantastic. And we see our first Price of Loyalty adventure map tourist attraction. Folks, I love the Hut of the Magi, and you're going to see why in just a little bit. I'm not going to... should I attack these sprites? They do have wood right there. Let's get the wood. I don't know how important wood is going to be. I have 30 wood right now. That's a lot of wood, but I think I can take these sprites without too much issue anyway. If I was smarter, I would have broken off stacks of goblins. I will next time, but I don't think I can do much to prevent these orcs from taking an absolute beating. Yep, here it comes. I wonder who the sprites are going to attack next. Goblins next, and then wolves. That seems fair. That seems fair. I think that 15 orcs are going to kill 1 full stack of sprites. Let's attack these ones right here. Maybe we'll get good morale. We do not. And then let's attack the sprites that have not yet gone. And in that way, we actually did save ourselves 1 orc, which is not too bad. And we're actually going to push right into these boars right now. I am going to split my troops a little bit, though. I'm going to just hit control and then left click on these goblins. And so then that way the goblins are going to crowd around the orcs, maybe clog some things up. I'll leave my wolves, which are the fastest troop, at the very bottom so that they can maybe respond a little bit quicker. But the orcs are going to get covered up by these 1 stacks of goblins. Hopefully they can take some shots so other troops don't have to. Let's fight this fight. 3 stacks of boars. I think that that's probably better for them than having 5 stacks of 2 to 3 boars. Let's send the wolves up top, where we're going to eventually defend. I don't love that decision because 15 orcs is going to take out a whole ton of boars each and every time. That's just a little bit concerning. Otherwise, let's stick to the plan. Let's not send our 42 goblins into harm's way. Let's see, these boars will have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I stick them right here, we'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can just send my big stack right here, unless these boars do end up getting good morale. Let's take out the biggest stack. There's 2 boars. And then if I do attack, I will get the initiative, but then I will have 8 boars attacking me. That feels a little bit like a bait. So we're going to decline that option. And I'm actually going to send out these single stacks of goblins. Maybe they can take a little bit of heat off of my more precious troops. Why the 1 stack of goblins? Well, if 3 boars attacks 42 goblins, they're probably going to kill more than 3 hit points worth of goblins. And so in this way, I guarantee that I'm only going to lose 1 goblin when they do eventually get attacked. Unless the boars are just that fast, which they are. These boars, though, are probably not going to be able to resist taking the bait. As we see here. We're going to wait there. And then will I kill 3 to 4? I will kill 3 to 4. All right, and then we lose a total of 4 goblins. We saved 1 or 2, not many. Next turn, we'll pick up the wood, we'll get the artifact, and then we'll go from there. That's the end of day 1 on this map. That was a quick turn from the enemy. I do wonder how many enemies we have. We did not see in the scenario information how many enemies we have. As you are walking along a narrow path, a nearby bush suddenly bursts into flames. Before your eyes, the flames become the image of a beautiful woman. She holds out a magnificent sword to you. The Dragon Sword of Dominion increases your attack skill by 3. That is terrific. Well, look, we have 6 attack skill. Level 1 Barbarian has 6 attack skill. Oh my word. We're going to make sure we have still 1 stack of goblins where we can. And then we are going to get this Hut of the Magi. I know that maybe we should go this way. I don't know, but I see my ore mine here. Let's secure our nearby area and make sure that we have plenty of resources to build our troops. I think that it takes 20 ore to get the troll bridge. So it's going to be worth it to get that ore mine as soon as possible. Let's get this Hut of the Magi, though. I love the Hut of the Magi, and you're about to see why. You enter a rickety hut and talk to the magician who lives there. He tells you of places near and far which may aid you in your journeys. Hit OK. And you see that this Hut of the Magi is connected to this Eye of the Magi. And wherever there's an Eye of the Magi, you get a little bit of information in a circle that eye can see. In this instance, we see that there is a blue enemy hero right here. There is a blue knight castle here. There's an opportunity to pick up tons of goblins, I suppose. Oh, guarded by a throng of goblins. But I love this artifact. This spike shield is a +2 to defense. That could be great, especially since I already have the 6 attack skill. A little bit of extra defense will go a long, long way. So, this is much better, I think, than say if there was an observation tower right here instead, because on such a small map, that observation tower would illuminate the entire map. This is much better. These little Eye of the Magi are short, and you can place as many of them as you want, and they can be great for thematic purposes where the eyes will highlight to you, aha, this is the place where I can go, this is the place that I want to go, and I will start heading my hero in that direction. So very cool. Great addition with the Price of Loyalty expansion. We are not going to be able to reach Sabu here today. I do want to see what's down here. Looks like lots of dwarves. What are they guarding? Ore, wood, and some gold. This 1,000 experience can be very useful. In this case, it was not that great, but I think that I'm still going to be able to get back to Sabu in 1 turn. I hope so anyway. I'll get close. And because Sabu's my main hero and he's not coming back from the Mage Guild, we're not going to do that. Let's pick up the statue, and the next turn we'll pick up the adobe, because well, if I spend the 5 ore, I'm not going to be able to get the bridge. Well, but if you get the adobe, you're not going to have enough anyway. Get the statue. And start our gold generation now. So that's the end of day 2. Blue's hero is causing a ruckus. And let's see what we can do here. We have no troops to purchase at this time. Let's get the Adobe all the same. We can get all 4 of these ogres now, but to upgrade them later will be tremendously expensive. But sometimes it's not a bad idea to pick up the ogres now, just knowing that you have 4 ogres. That's 120 hit points worth of meat, doing 4 to 6 damage with a pretty darn good attack skill. They're very slow. They're going to slow you down. I think I'm going to get the ogres now. You don't usually see me do that, but I'm going to get the ogres now just so I can make sure that Sabu is not going to be hampered by some surprise enemy at some point. And so we're going to combine these goblins. We're going to pick up 1 of these stacks of goblins. Yeah. In fact, we're just going to break off 1 stack there. And we're going to keep the ogres. We're going to switch here. We're going to make sure we have all of our ogres together and do things like that. I think that makes the most sense to me. And then Jacqueline, we're just going to hope that nobody comes out this way or nobody comes out this way. Again, very, very tight corners. It's nice to know we don't have an enemy right here in this immediate right-hand corner, like this deep pocket. There's still an enemy here. I wonder if there's 1 enemy in here. Maybe it's just 2 enemies on this map. That would make some sense to me. That wouldn't surprise me anyway. Let's see. Let's get our ore mine. I think we can probably do better than 4 goblins. I don't know, but we might be able to. I think we'll be able to. We're going to keep this main stack of goblins away from these mutant zombies. We're going to attack the closest stack. We're going to move the ogres into as defensive a position as we can. The wolves are going to be able to be down here and still be able to respond at any point. That far. So we're going to skip. These mutant zombies decided to just wait. We are not going to send that 1 goblin to his death. We're going to send the goblins closer so they can also respond in kind. We don't have any spells to spell. No spells to sling. Spell slinger. Right, we're going to wait now. I gotta tell you, I don't love this, where the mutant zombies are trying to, with their 4 speed, get the initiative strike on my troops. You're just not going to do it, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're going to move into right here. I'm going to have to, put some ogres right here. Okay, great, fine. But you're not going to get that initiative. And now you're just taking additional shots from the orcs. That's just kind of the way it looks like to me. We're still going to wait on these wolves. Those zombies never had a chance. Okay. And then next turn, everybody's going to break out and attack these mutant zombies. So let's send out the ogres now. Let's have the wolves take out their lowest stack here. I love that the mutant zombies wanted to take out my ogres, but alas, a very poor decision. And we saved those 4 goblins. Now, it's 4 goblins. How big of a deal is saving 4 goblins? I know it, you know it, it's not that big of a deal. However, the principle behind the matter is, especially in these small maps, every little troop might matter. And like this goblin hut here, these 2 goblin huts up here, they can be incredibly valuable. Not to mention it's just playing the game the right way. Okay, Phineas is here in orange. Lots of orcs, lots of goblins. I think I can beat that. I really think I can beat that. I'm going to keep Jacqueline away. She's going to go back into the castle. And she's going to be able to respond as necessary, as needed. I don't want her to go in here. I know that Blue's hero is right here, so I don't want her to path into him there or something. I don't know exactly what that range of vision is. If Phineas has scouting, he's probably going to be able to see me walk by. But if I walk to here, maybe he'll walk close enough that then I'll be able to spring a trap on him. And then I'll be close enough that I can maybe do things like pick up my orc chieftains and upgrade them before I head out next turn. That's going to be my plan. It's day 4, end of day 4. Ah, never mind. He saw me. That was... I tried to be sneaky and I failed miserably. Let's head on down. Let's see. I'm going to do something here, which I shouldn't do. I'm going to use something I learned on Discord against the enemy. This is metagaming. It's a bad, icky decision. I don't like doing it, but interesting thing I learned on the Discord today. The AI at easy and normal difficulties will often have multiple heroes of similar strength. They'll have 2 or 3 heroes and they'll split their army amongst those 3 heroes. That's not a bad strategy at times. There's times where I will run 2 equal strength heroes just to make sure that I'm covering a wide area and securing more of my kingdom. But especially in a small map, to consolidate your troops is going to give you the best chance at defending. You're going to take less losses in fights because you're going to overwhelm the enemy troops, and you're less likely to wish you had those troops but not have them nearby. Phineas just had a lot of orcs and a lot of goblins, and then he had the single stacks of goblins split off. I'm guessing that that might be their strongest hero, and if that's their strongest hero on day 5, maybe I should push west instead of pushing into these dwarves. What am I really going to get? A little bit of wood and a little bit of ore. I'm not going to really need either of those unless the ore was in crazy amounts, but it's not going to be enough to get me my trolls before day 1. And this is really good, and that artifact is really good. Should I push up here? I feel like I've not been able to really see what Blue's hero was capable of, but I think I saw what their hero was capable of. I'm going to do something a little silly, and I'm going to risk a lot. There's a good chance that this is going to completely backfire in my face. But I'm going to do it anyway. That handoff was not smooth, by the way, but it's still better than the alternative. And then no other buildings to purchase at this time. Yeah, not at this time. Okay. I especially, knowing that I'm going to be doing this, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have those 4 ogres. How big of a deal is 4 ogres? It's a big deal. It really is a big deal in my mind. So I may be walking into a bad situation. Maybe my estimation of the enemy is wrong. Looks like not. And that's just always a weird choice to me when they send their hero right next to my strong hero. If you wanted to attack me, if you thought you could beat me, you would have walked right into me, but you didn't. Instead, you're trying to walk around me. I don't love that choice. Okay. Very interesting though, and the best thing I can possibly say about the AI is that based off of my conversations with one of the FHeroes2 team members, FHeroes2 team members, Zens, the way that they have built this AI is smart. You use a number system to generate, priorities that the AI will go for in any given situation. And what that does then, in my mind, is that allows you to then not have to build from the ground up when you want to make a change or when you have an improvement that you could potentially do. You can instead assign a new value that the computer will take into account as it is trying to path through the adventure map, or there's a castle here. Let's press down here. Unknown, doesn't tell me. So it'll do that, and it will also give you the opportunity to adjust those numbers. So if you don't like the like the way the AI is working, like in that instance where I don't really love that decision to walk right by my hero, you have a lot of choices that you can make as a developer, as someone who loves the game and wants to see the game do well. You can adjust those values. So I think the FHeroes2 AI is in good hands, and I think that the AI, the limitations are known, the strengths are known, the weaknesses are known, and that's the most important thing. I'm not asking for perfection, especially since it's a continual project, but it is very, very serviceable. I'm very happy with it already, and it has the potential to get even better. I love this gold mine. I want to get that gold mine as soon as possible. I can't get it this turn. But it's day 7. If I can get this town now, if I can get very, very lucky with this very small army, this could be a game changer, especially on such a small map. Oh boy, I was not planning on fighting for a castle before the end of week 1, but it's probably the best decision, especially on such a small map. We have to do it. If we lose, we go down fighting, and that doesn't mean it'll be the end of the game, because next turn I'll be able to get Jacqueline up and running. I'll just have to really work hard at getting my war trolls and then pressing my advantage. But I'm hoping, I think the Sabu can fight this fight. I think Sabu can fight this fight. And we can, according to the computer, but let's do it for sure. Biggest thing I was worried about was there going to be a left turret, right turret? Because that is a tremendous amount of damage. The moat, yeah, that can slow me down. That'll be a problem. The main ballista, it's firing with the strength of 6 archers. Only 6 archers? That's not very good. This is a very underdeveloped town. But that was my concern, was that I was going to take so much damage just from the town's natural defenses. It looks like we're going to be fine, especially with all the hit points we have here. They're not going to be able to ruin our day. That was a complete and total mistake. I shouldn't have done that. You're saying, yeah, no kidding, Fix Fox. We don't need you to narrate that one for us. We know you shouldn't have done that. Duh. I am going to attack these wolves. They're still going to be dangerous until I take them out, and I'm going to do half damage over the wall. If I knew for sure I could take out that full stack of orcs, I still don't think I would have. But the nice thing that I like the AI doing here is that they're standing just outside of where I can hit them. That's a preparatory step to when the next turn they do go, they'll be able to attack. They'll take their pick. I'm going to know that and say that my wolf has 1 hit point left. I'm going to stand right here so that they could either hit the goblin or the wolf. I don't love that, but we'll take it. Next up will be my goblins will go next. So I'm going to skip and let them fight, because these goblins are going to die on the open drawbridge. It's going to stay open. We're still going to do the reduced damage over the walls, but this is now open until this group of goblins walks all the way out. And there's a good chance I'll be able to stop them from doing that. So this fight has gone very nicely for me. I do have access to their town. They're trying to push through. I'm trying to push through. I'll pull my goblin back, and maybe... Nope, I did end up taking a little bit more damage from the ballista. Okay, 36 goblins for a castle. For a completely devastated orange player, it's fantastic. Yeah, look at this. They don't have a whole lot here. They don't have a whole lot, and I'm wondering why. Did they just not have a lot of resources? That would make sense to me, that they just don't have a lot of resources. I have my 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th level dwellings. I'm not going to be able to get my bridge. I'm probably not going to get the pyramid at all this game. But over here, they got the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Should I get the adobe, or should I get the well? Should I get the adobe, or should I get the well? Should I get +2 wolves, +2 orcs, +2 goblins, or should I get +4 ogres? Well, more. It'll be more than +4 ogres because there'll be 4 ogres now and then more ogres at the beginning of the week. I think we're definitely going to get the adobe, and here's why. Here's why. There's this gold mine just right here. If we can get this gold mine, I'm not going to worry about upgrading ogres or not. I will have no problems with taking the time to upgrade all those troops. We're going to have Jacqueline set here just so that next turn she can pick up those goblins and move our way. I want to spend 5 wood on the marketplace. I don't think right now. I think that I'm upgrading 2 towns right now. I got to be a little bit careful with my resources. Let's go to, there we go. Goblin growth +5. Not bad, not bad. Let's pick up all these troops we can. Wow, she has a few water elementals. Oh dear. And there's another hero right behind her. So red sorceress? Yeah, they got dwarves. They don't have a lot of troops. I mean, it's weird to see water elementals, but I wonder if they had diplomacy and they picked those up. I don't know. But with only a few elves, that's not a very scary army. Sure, a pack of dwarves is nothing to sneeze at, but especially with what I got, I'm just not too worried. I don't think the Troyan can get into this town here, but it is going to take me 3 days to get here. However, I can get to here, and that's what we're going to do. So Jacqueline is going to, I'm actually going to hit this button here on my interface. I can hit spacebar to re-interact with any object that I'm currently on for any hero. Spacebar is the default button where you will re-interact. I will instead hit the horse button. That's a new update with the new version of FHeroes. By the way, we are currently on FHeroes2 1.0.10. Link in the description. Go to GitHub. Get the updated version. If you're playing on an older, updated, or out-of-date version, I highly encourage you to enjoy all the benefits of the upgraded versions. The reason I bring that up is because this is a new feature here where I can hit this button and then I can re-interact with the goblin hut. A group of goblins want to join me. I'm going to pick up those 5 goblins. It's not a lot, but it's definitely something. The reason why the FHeroes2 team had to do that, I've gathered, I've surmised, is because you don't have a keyboard if you're playing on an iPad. You don't have a keyboard if you're playing on a tablet. And so you need to make sure that you have some way to not be at a disadvantage because you're playing on a different medium than just a PC. And that makes so much sense to me. I think that's brilliant. Brilliant. I don't know if I'm leaving this town undefended. I don't care. Right now I have to deal with the danger that I can see. I'm guessing that Troyan's going to probably get the Hut of the Magi, maybe go for the ore mine, but if she gets too much closer to me, just like Phineas did, they'll see me and then run, which is nice, because that's how you know the AI is being honest, and it's not just running away because it knows I'm there. It's going to take 2 turns for them to get back into here. Let's pick up this gold mine. There's this watchtower here. Let's pick up this. I don't know when I'm going to come back for this watchtower. That's going to be good for 4 orcs. Hey, every little bit helps. We'll take the 1,000 gold. I still want to be close to my main town. This might not be a bad time. Tell you what, this is probably not a bad time. We're going to let Jacqueline get out and do a little bit of work here. We're going to pick up just a couple of troops, but I think it'll be enough to take out these dwarves. Wow, that was a lot worse than I thought it would be. I was really counting on these orc chieftains to, shoot down all these dwarves before they become a problem. Because look, dwarves are very slow. That's 1, 2. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 turns before they can even do anything. That's 4 free shots. How many shots do my orc chieftains have? They have 16. I have no spells, but maybe they're going to get good morale. Oh boy, I hope they don't get good morale. Okay, we're going to use the space bar a lot. That's skip, skip, shoot. Skip, skip, shoot. And I think I'm okay with taking a little bit of damage from these dwarves when they get here. I'm still going to go skip, skip, and then I'm going to work on some other stack. Because right here, yeah, the goblins can step out and just... And I mean, 3 hit points left. They can do some damage there. But I'm not going to put the wolves into danger just yet. They're my best offensive unit with their double attack. So we're going to skip. We're going to 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's bad all the way around. This is a bait. The computer baited me. So you know what we're going to do? We're not going to take the bait. We're going to skip. We're going to shoot this stack dead. What do you think about that? Huh? Let's try and stay in front of the orc chieftains as much as possible. If they start doing half damage, we're really going to be smoked. So let's do what we can here. And we might as well just work on 1 full stack. 2 at 14. 1 to 2. Let's just keep killing 1 to 2 at a time. And from here, I think I can actually just hit Q and then enter. I don't think I'm gonna fight this battle any better than the computer will. I might. I don't know. That's a little scary because like right here, this is a big decision. There's 3 dwarves with the top stack only having 1 hit point left, or there's 2 dwarves here with 7 hit points left. There's only 8 hit points left on this wolf. What do? This is advanced trigonometry here. This is college level algebra. Which, I mean, it wasn't that hard, but I mean, when I was 21, college level algebra was scary, man. It was a thing. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to attack these dwarves because I can definitely do, I think I can kill one dwarf this way. Well, if I do max damage with my one wolf, I can kill one dwarf here. But then if I attack this one, I'm for sure going to take damage from 2 dwarves. And they're going to be at a 10%, 20% bonus damage because my defense skill on my wolves is so low. I better just attack this one dwarf because I can for sure take a hit later. And I will kill one dwarf because of the double attack. So it's not great, but it's what we got. And then we're actually going to, I think, pull the goblins back. These orc chieftains are going to have a lot of problems, I think. Maybe. No. I see that the orc chieftains have a slow speed of 3. They can outrun these dwarves, but that would be a pretty terrible cheese. That would be so bad. If I get surrounded, there's no chance at all. But let's use these goblins to attack these dwarves that do not have a retaliation. And then let's see. Let's try and kill 2 to 3. We can kill 2 to 3 here. Let's try and kill 2 to 3. We did kill 2. And we still get the opportunity to shoot one more time. Terrific. Okay. 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Okay. Let's work on, let's see. This stack is going to go next. So if I can kill 1 to 2 here, maybe I'll be able to retaliate and take them out. Or maybe I'm just going to work on them naturally. I'm going to use my retaliations to whittle down this stack of dwarves, and I'm going to shoot the biggest stack of dwarves now. And I did kill 2, which is huge. It's so sad having these fights come down to the orc chieftains just being absolute brick houses. They're not, by the way. But they have better defense skill than the wolves did. One hit point left there. 13 to 17 damage. Oh boy. Yeah. Not a lot of great options around here, but at this point we're just going to hit Q and let the battle end. Okay. So 3 orc chieftains, 6 goblins, 2 wolves. That was actually a lot more costly than I thought it was. I did save more orc chieftains than the computer did. So good for me. And Jacqueline will collect her 460 experience points and breathe a sigh of relief. Oh boy. We don't have any gold left, so we're not going to worry about anything else, but we do have the additional gold now from the gold mine that we just picked up. Let's plan on leveraging that to the best of our ability. Let's get the upgraded Adobe. Let's do it now. Because we're going to have the extra gold, I think we're probably going to plan on upgrading our ogres into ogre lords. It's just such a good upgrade. It's such a good upgrade. Yeah, it's such a good upgrade. But you have all these other troops to purchase. What are you thinking? I don't love my choices here. Tell you what, let's purchase everything else. Then let's purchase the ogre lords. And then let's see how far Jacqueline can get. And have Sabu meet up with her. Let's send over all the troops we can. Let's trade orcs for orc chieftains. And right now, let's just have 2 stacks of ogre lords. We only have the 4 ogres here. I don't know if I'm going to want to purchase the... I might just run 2 stacks in this army because I'm probably not going to get to trolls. I'm probably not going to get to cyclopses. I'm probably just going to have slow ogres and ogre lords, 2 separate stacks in my armies from here on out. I don't love that. I don't usually do that, but you know what? On a small map, you end up doing some funky stuff like that. I am really worried. I've got this feeling that there's probably like mountains and then there's like a gap here, like where this river is. And I feel like this town is undefended. So many ogres. What am I doing? I think I have to go back. I think I have to go back just in case. Maybe the only reason why this town hasn't been captured is because of Sabu's presence. And so if we aren't around, then we are putting ourselves at risk of losing that town and then losing all the ogres. Thankfully, we didn't. We're going to purchase them now. Yeah, we're going to purchase them now. Let's pick up the well before we do too much else. And then let's see what Sabu can run into. We got a windmill here. Ooh, and we have an arena. Let me just confirm that we can get through here, and then we'll circle back and go for the arena. I think Jacqueline has done her job. I need to know what the enemy's going to do more than I need to keep her alive. I think I'll have enough gold to purchase a second hero if we run into problems, but I need Jacqueline to figure out, you know, when an enemy is coming my way, how many turns do I have to respond? Because right now, I don't think this town has anything. Yeah, I would probably end up having to purchase a hero. Phineas, there he is again. Purchasing Phineas just to defend. There you have it. Tyro and Troyan. I don't believe that Tyro can make it there in one turn. I do not. That's just too far. He can't make it. Let's step on the windmill. Let's step on the fairy ring so that as we walk back, we are in a straight line. 3,800 gold. I do have these troops here. I do want a second hero. Let's purchase Phineas now. Let's have him pick up the Ogre Lords, and maybe he can... Let's have him get all those troops there, and then let's have him go to the corner just to make sure. Because it's, I don't know, just because there's a gazebo there, that just seems weird to me. And look, I see red and blue here. So if they have another hero going over this way, that just feels weird. So let's have blue and red here, and let's fight the enemies we have at our front before we worry about a potential chink in the armor. Gap in the phalanx. Okay, I cannot reach. Wow, 2 tough heroes. Well, 1 tough hero right after another. Here's a point of interest. Are they allied or not? Because if Tyro is running away, that's very different than, hey, I'm coming to get you with a couple of archers and lots of peasants. That's very different. I'm not sure I can take Troyan. But it is day 7. I'm going to have lots of gold next turn. If I put myself in a position where I'm making my presence known, I can decide what to do next time. There, it looks like they have the Druids on top and then the Grand Elves at the bottom. So I'm actually going to move the Wolves to the middle. So that way, if I need to respond the top of the battlefield fighting Troyan, I can. If I need to respond to the bottom, I can. I put some other troops further away, but let's do things this way. And then, because there's no troops to purchase here, we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. But when we do, we're gonna purchase a hero. In fact, we're gonna purchase Jezebel now, because she's a for sure barbarian hero. And then next turn, she's gonna pick up Sabu, and we'll go from there. I don't love this because I think that this is a tough fight, but I think I could take it. I really wish I had a spell book. I really wish I had a spell book. Let's end turn. Okay, there we go. And that answers that question. So obviously blue and red are not allied together. And I love this because this is going to be perfect. Jezebel is going to pick up absolutely everybody she can pick up. We're going to go W, M, enter. And that picked up all the troops that we could purchase there. And that got us the 6 Ogre Lords, the Wolves, some Goblins, and those orcs. I do not have anything else. Let's see if Phineas can find some gold. I'm guessing that there's no gold there. Let's just see. Okay, and look, there's this mountain range here. so that's not a problem. Phineas is going to show us what the arena is. Oh, it was already visited by him because he was here when I got him. So Phineas can't get the arena. I will make sure we get the arena because it's a price of loyalty addition. So you can see what that does. I will have somebody get it, maybe Jezebel, maybe somebody else. Otherwise, we are out of gold. Let's make this switch. All troops go over to Sabu. We're going to end up keeping the unupgraded orcs. And this is an army where I absolutely know I can beat Troyan. Ooh, 122 goblins and pretty much all my orc chieftains. You're kidding me. She's got to have some crazy spells. She has to have some very crazy spells. There's no way. Wow. 6 spell power, 9 knowledge. Great. Great. And I'm just a guy with sticks and stones and a couple of meat cleavers. Well, I said that we would put the wolves in the middle so we could respond either to the top of the map or to the bottom of the map. Because of the terrain here, we cannot respond to the top, and I'm not going to wait for the ogres to move. I'm not going to lose one turn of getting across the battlefield for that. So I'm going to try and stay out of these water elementals' way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try and stay like right here where I can still get the Grand Elves next turn. Wow, 40. Oh, 40 goblins. That's a lot of goblins. 120 damage from a cold ray. Yeah. It's times like these I say to myself, what did I do to deserve this? And what did I do to deserve that? That good morale is actually not the best. You know what? This is only 3 water elementals, actually. It's only 3 water elementals. I'm going to take the hit on these goblins. I don't like to take the hit, but we need to get down this battlefield as soon as possible. That's probably the most frustrating thing, though, is that these orc chiefs are getting stuck on these sprites. Love to see that. But at the end of the day, you keep casting your cold bolt, Troyan. I've just got too many hit points for you to deal with. I got 12 ogres and 12 ogre lords. I don't love losing 40 goblins at a time. That's 80 goblins already we've lost. I don't love it, but I understand it. These goblins are going to get these grand elves. They've already gone this round of combat. We're going to press on this way. Now here's the question. Oh man, the morale, I'm actually not loving the morale because it's putting my fast troops in precarious positions. 4 to 6 dwarves. Yeah, but then the druids are not going to get to attack. Well, and you can attack the battle dwarves. I'm going to attack the battle dwarves. That'll hem up the druids where they're going to be doing half damage on the melee. And I'm going to be attacking the more concerning stack, and I'll retaliate there. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it will work. And then these goblins have done very well. They're going to continue to do very well. Let's take out the biggest threat here. Unfortunately, the ogres are not going to be able to get to these battle dwarves this turn because they're just that slow. I wish I had known that was going to happen. I guess I should have. I actually thought with that cold ray that the AI would have been better served attacking not the 122 goblins there, but because it was only like 22 goblins left, they could have gotten more damage off on like the orc chieftains. I'm happy to keep what I kept though. So I do wish, of course, that I had been able to prevent them from running. It looks like they have probably got some excellent artifacts, but we will take the wisdom. I have only seen dirt so far. That's the only reason why I'm not taking the pathfinding. Or the, excuse me, the pathfinding. I don't think I'm going to run across a 3rd level mage guild, but I'm happy to see, well, I don't have a mage, I don't have a spell book. I'm going completely without spells here at this time. I may sacrifice Jezebel to the uncharted territory just to scout and see what's going on. I'm not going to be able to get to this town before the new week, so I need to tread with caution. That's interesting because there's blue here. What is there? Is there red here? Is there red in the corner and blue here? And did red chase into my territory and ignore the castle? It's kind of interesting. We don't have any gold. What am I doing here? There's somebody just off in the distance. I don't want to find out who they are just in case they're really tough though. Again though, just like with our reasoning with Phineas and the hard AI, I think it's reasonable for us to say, Gazebo, I think it's reasonable for us to say that it's possible that Troyan was their toughest hero, but it's not likely that, Tyro? It's not likely that Blue's hero Tyro was Blue's toughest hero, so we need to be careful about that. I'm going to pick up the Mage Guild. I wish I could buy a spell book just to trade it, but I cannot. So Magic Arrow, Cure, View Minds. And then we're going to purchase whatever troops we can here. We got most everybody. Oh darn, and I forgot to upgrade my orcs. We're going to wait one more turn here. And before I forget, I'm going to hit the U button, enter, combine, click here, M. And we are trying to use our hotkeys. I'm trying to be as efficient as I can with my hotkeys. We have 2,500 gold left. It may be that Phineas goes and picks some of that up. I don't think I'm going to. I might get nomads, clear out the goblins, and then get back, and so somebody else can pick up the gold and the goblin huts. I think that's what we're going to do. So Jezebel is going to push very close to this scary zone, and just kind of see what happens. Pick up a couple other orcs. Let's fight this fight. Lots of nomads is nothing to sneeze at. I am going to split off my ogre. No, I'm gonna split off one wolf. Oops. I'm gonna split off one wolf, so that wolf can maybe take some hits somewhere. Let's fight this fight. We lose the one wolf. You know what? I'm gonna accept those losses. I'm going to assume that it was my genius that allowed that to happen. Crap. 2,500 gold and 3 sulfur. Do I wish to buy the artifact? I do. Is that gonna... That's gonna make it so I can't get a level 2 mage guild. But it's +2 defense, which was my glaring weakness. We're gonna do it. Now, can I fight a throng of goblins? I think so. Do I split my shooters? I already have splits of ogre lords. I think I'm gonna split my orc chiefs. I think I'm gonna split my orc chiefs here. Yeah. And that way I can better shoot down stragglers. I don't have to waste a full 22. I messed that up, didn't I? I don't have to waste a full 22 orcs on half a stack of goblins where I could have killed more otherwise. So I'll be more efficient with my shots. I'll be more precise, but I will spread out my troops a little bit more. Pluses and minuses. Let's fight this fight. No losses. Okay, we're just gonna take that then. We'll take the wisdom, and then we're going to. We may get to this gazebo. We'll see what happens here this turn, though. That's so scary. Show yourself. Come out of the darkness, please. 1,000 experience at this point will get me... It will not give me another level. It will make me just shy of another level, so I'm actually not going to get this gazebo. And because I can reach here, I will. And if they decide to pop out and attack Jezebel, they're going to put themselves in the spot where Sabu is really just going to muscle them down. And again, with 24 ogres, I'm feeling pretty okay. 3,000 gold. Let's get everybody who's not an ogre first. Do we set off? We're going to wait one more turn. You dirty dog. And you try and run. It was you. Oh. Oh. It looks like they didn't cold raid me to death. Or they did. It looks like they probably cold raid the orc chieftains. Let's fight this fight. There's not a lot of troops here. Oh my word. Are they doing the advanced strat where you use a high level spellcaster to just wear your opponent down with spells and then retreat and then buy that hero back? It's costly unless they have a gold mine as well. I don't think that that's going to be very cost efficient for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I have to go here. That's just an insult that you used magic arrow instead of a full cold ray. That's just an insult. This is so dumb. Because I'm not going to be able to... Yeah. I'm not going to be able to make this fight go any other way. There is a gold mine. We do need to flag that, because if they're going to keep sending one hero at us again and again, I'm going to need to make sure that they don't have that likelihood. Let's purchase everybody. Yeah, we're going to get the ogres. We've already decided that we're going to have 2 stacks. We used the down arrow key to move everybody from the garrison into our hero. Let's push out. Should I pick up a 3rd hero? I will pick up a 3rd hero this turn. With 2 gold mines and 2 towns, I think I'm going to pick up another hero right now. And it will be Alomar. We're going to leave the slow troops. And then he's going to go pick up the arena. This is, again, price of loyalty. You enter the arena and face a pack of vicious lions. You handily defeat them to the wild cheers of the crowd. Impressed by your skill, the aged trainer of gladiators agrees to train you in the skill of your choice. I can either pick up 1 attack skill, or 1 defense skill, or 1 spell power. In this instance, I'm going to pick up the 1 defense, because Alomar's got plenty of spell power, plenty of knowledge, and the attack, he's going to have small troop sizes anyway. Defense is usually better than attack anyway. It's day 6. We're probably going to pick up this gazebo, and then the windmill, and then we'll use Alomar to pick up troops and send them out. I never picked up this ore mine, did I? I only have 14 ore. I'm not going to get war trolls this game. That's pretty sad. It's day 6. Hold on, it's day 6. How far can Phineas get? Goes 1 here. He can get to here. It's day 6. If I hang out right here, Phineas should be able to get to me next turn. And then I can press into the castle before week 1. And with this amount of troops, I should be doing okay. Oh, there she is again. There she is again. Well, I will take great pleasure in alleviating her of her life. That sounds like a good way of saying it. I'm not going to fight the fight. I know that I'm going to get cold raid. Looks like twice here. I'm going to lose 14 orc chieftains. So blue's here, but red's over here somewhere, and it looks like they're not too far in. I don't think I need Phineas to go back. I think that Alomar will do that job just fine for me. Alomar will bring all the troops here. Right now I need Phineas to figure out what's going on over here. Aha! New price of loyalty adventure map feature is the water summoning altar. That's where we saw those water elementals earlier. That's where they got those from. It was not a diplomacy deal. They picked them up. It's day 1, but Sandro has not picked up any new troops. This is going to be our fight to take. He may have been forced to turtle up because the red sorceresses have been on the hunt, but we should be able to fight this fight. Those look like acceptable losses. And that is blue player being vanquished. Let's stop in. Let's pick up a... Uh-oh. An unknown force is being resurrected. That's the most ominous tavern rumor I have ever heard in my life. If I'm not the ominous force, I don't want to hear about it. That's just going to ruin my day. Let's pick up a spell book for Sabu. A slow, a dispel magic. Sure, fine, no problem. I don't have enough sulfur to get a level 2. It is what it is. Do I have any troops here I want to pick up? Maybe the Rangers. What's my morale look like? +3. Well, and it's only +3 because I'm currently +1 from the tavern, because there is a tavern here. Once I leave this town, then that morale is going to go back to 2. I'd rather have the +2 morale than have the 1 flock of Rangers. Is that true? I think I need the troops. I got the slow-moving lumbering troops. I need some archers. I need some ranged troops that'll help me clean up fights as well. I do. Especially with these sorceresses just wailing on me. I got 20 wood. If I can trade for 3 sulfur, that could be worth my time. I'm going to spend the wood so I can trade for the sulfur. There's a marketplace here already. Pick up this marketplace, and with 3 marketplaces, the exchange rate, I think I should be able to get there. And I'll do that before Sabu leaves next turn. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think Phineas, this is him saying sayonara. Nice to know ya. +2 mercury. Probably going to turn that into sulfur. And then let's just clean up this fight. If we can beat Troyan one more time, I think we'll be in good shape. Is that her? No, it's Ariel. Interesting. And I can't get by her. She's she's blocking this path. It looks like I can get through, but I cannot. So let's see if I can get to the... I'll pick up the temple. A visit and a prayer at the temple raises the morale of my troops. We'll do that. Split my troops into 5 stacks, just for fun. And then it's Alamar's job just to go WM and purchase all the troops here I can. Send them all down. We're going to trade goblins for centaurs. We're not going to pick up these watchtower orcs. We just don't have space for them. And then let's make that trade so we can pick up level 2 mage guild. There's 1, 2. And then 1 flock of ore. That's the official term for it now. It's a flock. Okay, level 2 mage guild. What we get? Steel skin. I'll take it. That was worth it. Getting a +6 defense. That's worth it. Okay. Let's head back down. Because we spent a night in the mage guild, we have all of our spell points. Let's press on. This scenario is rapidly drawing to a close. 7 water elementals, and let's just show you just how tough they are, because I do believe this is the first time we've seen water elementals. We have seen earth elementals when we fight the demon cave. This is the first time we've seen water elementals. So 6 attack, 8 defense, 3 to 7 damage. Pretty high variance in their damage. A good candidate for the bless spell. 45 hit points, but only average speed. No morale, immune to cold spells, but double damage from fire spells. So very interesting. And then Ariel, sorceress, 2 spell power, 4 knowledge. She'll probably have that cold ray. She'll probably have a magic arrow. We've seen that before. I'm not going to make Phineas fight this out. I don't think it will matter. And then I think I'm going to have enough gold. I can send Almar to here. He will resupply next turn right there. Send Sabu down 2. And then in my main town, I will pick up 1 new hero. Unless Carlon. No, I'm not going to do Phineas like that. Poor guy. Oops. We will go WM to pick up all the troops we can. I will upgrade these orcs. Hit the down arrow key so the garrison troops go into the army. And then so begins the final push. Because I don't think that... I think I've broken the back of the enemy enough times that they may have 1 week's worth of creature growth, even with all their spells. It's not going to be enough. Do I take the +1 morale and get rid of the 10 archers for 54 goblins? I think so. I think the 54 goblins is worth way more than 10 archers and -1 morale. So now all of our troops are in Sabu's army. We're going to go pick up the... We already had that. We're going to go pick up this water summoning altar, just so you can see what that looks like. I did show you what the arena looked like when Alamar went that way. And then Ariel's camping out. It looks like they never purchased Troyan. I wonder if Troyan lost to me, and then they just didn't have enough gold to recruit them before the new week. Maybe they did that tactic of hit and run, and they did it on day 7, didn't have enough money, and then they just lost their best hero. That's quite possible. I've seen that happen before. That's happened to me. Water summoning altar. Crystalline structures cast shadows over a small reflective pool of water. You peer into the pool, and a face that is not your own peers back. It asks, would you like to call upon the powers of water? I debated for 1 second if I was going to try to make like a bubbly sound with the question it asks, like would you like to call upon the powers of water? That's lame. No, that's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. I'm funny as hell. I don't want to hear anybody say otherwise. Yeah, because that's how a water elemental would talk, right? It would have like bubbles and water, and it would... You get it or you don't. I'm not going to explain it. But you can purchase water elementals for 500 gold. And for all the stats I showed you before. Pretty expensive, I think. But if you're in need of troops, they can be useful. I need to do a cost comparison or cost analysis of all the troops you can purchase out in the field at dwellings, just to see which ones are the most worth it and which ones are the most not worth it. Let me make a note of that so I can do that at some point. Cost analysis, neutral, troops. And then otherwise, folks, I think this is the end. That was, this is day 6. We're not going to give them a chance to fight this. We're going to lose a ton of troops, but I don't think we're going to have any problem with this. The 24 ogres, the 14 ogre lords, that's just too much beef. I'm going to hit A for auto combat, and I'm just going to let this play out and see how the computer does it. Because the AI for the attackers is saying that my 39 orc chieftains is enough, that they should be able to shoot down the enemy, or at least it was enough to shoot down the enemy until we opened up a hole in the wall. And then once we open up a hole in the wall, we charge towards that. We'll filter through that. But otherwise, it made more sense to the AI to protect my shooters than it did to just kind of wait needlessly outside of the moat somewhere, which I don't disagree with. I generally tend to try and make sure that once a hole opens up in the wall, I can get my troops through that hole as soon as possible. I generally find that that gives me the best results, and especially because there was no dragons or griffins or something that could fly out in a big stack and bother my orc chieftains, it didn't feel like I really would need to leave a whole lot of troops in reserve there at the end of the fight, but all the same. So, glorious victory. I do believe that this is it. Red player has been vanquished. So we conquered orange first, then blue, and then red, but we did notice that at least red and blue were not allied against each other. So maybe with their infighting, that allowed us to have a little bit more space so that we could do a little bit more damage to really clean up orange early in the first week, get that second barbarian town, and then just overwhelm with the amount of troops that we had. If we had gone north instead of to the west, and we had gotten the knight town, we would have had a much more interesting fight moving forward, I think, because we would have tried to have been mixing troops, and we could not have pulled off the ogre stack and the ogre lord stack, and we would have had some issues there.
You have succeeded.
So that was scenario 1. We are now going to be on to scenario 2 of the Price of Loyalty. It will be called Island of Chaos. We will get into that next time, but for now, folks, I appreciate you being with me. I'm excited for this new journey. Nothing's ringing a bell for me so far here. This is all new to me, and I hope that you're enjoying this as much as I am, because truly, I am enjoying this. I'll work on my water elemental impression. I'll get back to you, and we'll talk about how that goes once I figure out how to really do it. Folks, in the meantime, my name is FixedFox. Thanks for being here. Until next time, I am out.